I think this should be working now. Yeah. So messing around with Steam key, I mean, it was right there, but last time I streamed, I messed it up in OBS, and that is why we are here now, with a lamp in front of my face. But no less, it is Apple keyboard time. I have many, but the Apple one is what we're starting with. This is on random, so see if it gets any of the mods. I've got that up, and it's like, I don't want to take my bandwidth up with the replay. Seems to be running without lag, which is a good thing. This is one of the only Apple keyboards I like. Well, I say that most old ones are good, but I don't like anything they've brought out since. Yeah, there's always going to be something somewhat cursed. It does seem to use more of the default ones, because I think they're just like outnumbering the mods. So that's why we are. I also can't play the game. I should put no fail mode on so it just doesn't stop the song halfway through. I am not good at this, and this is one of the easier songs. Don't know if it's lagging or if it just appears that way. I did turn the webcam resolution down a lot, so that shouldn't play into it. Then I've got the S23 Ultra recording the higher quality thing, along with the AMD software. Took a bit of setup. This is not cursed enough. I've had it looking more cursed before. I mean, this lagging, I'm hoping it's just because of a few more visual effects and it'll be fine elsewise. I don't mind this keyboard at all. It's actually quite nice to play on. Ah, one keys. My mind getting confused already. Yay. Was that was 40%. It was bad. I'm hoping that it improves as I change the keyboards. I would say I'm moving my hands and no one can see them. Everyone can see my hands. Okay, so we turn. I mean, that can be cursed with the white modules. Let's just see. I can curse this one nicely if I get one of the correct modules to curse it. I have Sonic on here. I mean, I think Sonic's under Miku or something strange. That's definitely one of the less cursed ones I could use. I also have Perto. Could use Zatsune Miku, actually. Somehow it doesn't seem to suit that character at all, so... There's Sonic and all the others. Ooh, what's this one? Yeah, that doesn't quite work. Try this one. It will get more cursed than it has been. And I don't have drop frames. This is good at not dropping frames, this system. Yeah, it just seems slightly off. Like normal Miku would work. I don't know what's happening with this lag I'm seeing. Maybe my PC just only has so much power. This is why I learned keyboard. To some extent of the word. I can hear it even with the headphones and everything. I just hope it's not too loud on the mic. That was bad, that. And I still haven't got no fail mode on. I'm doing really bad. Like, I felt like I was doing okay, but the score is 16% or whatever. Messed that one up. Yeah, that's still not passable. I think it might go on for a while, this one, actually. I'm over 50%. Somehow. Okay. I actually did okay there. Better than I initially thought. Granted, that wasn't the hardest of them. I mean, I'll take it. I'm, like, awful at this. So getting 57%... could be worse than that. I feel like changing the keyboard in a moment. I don't know if that's... I feel like I can... If I look, the sort is T, okay. I don't know, there's like... There was a sort... method, not method, that I think it's not F1, that's favourite, yeah. There was one where you could select it via the number of modules. There's some that are not clear. That's 2 modules. Oh, that was fun. I'll return to that in a moment because that one's fun to mess up with modules. But this one seems to have 2. So we can put 2 cursed characters on, which is even better than 1. We can get mechs. I don't know if they're too big, though. Wheatley. Yes, we have Wheatley. Now, who can Wheatley dance with? Oh, I was trying to do that, and I just clicked off it. Modules. Is this, just check something on the stream. Yeah, I was worried it was, like, showing up without a title in. I can actually check the fans because I can change the speed on this PC, so I'll put them up. Yeah, the fans are already at the highest speed. Just had to make sure I'm getting that airflow to reduce any lag there might have been. Let's have Wheatley and this. They should be an interesting combo. I don't know what mech it is, but it's some kind of mech, from what I can tell, or robot or whatever. Yeah, I failed. I'll be honest, I was doing awful at that. I feel like if I don't know it, it's probably better I go... I don't know it at all. It's probably better I go on easy mode. There's difficulty. Oh, that's on hard, isn't it? So I think... Yeah, I think I might have gone on a hard or something by accident, and I cannot handle above normal. Ah, yeah, that was... I have some interesting characters there. You can't see me behind my head, but... Had like an odd combo already set up. Ween and Len. Oh. This is something I could curse. Let us see. Well, that's random. I won't find my characters there, but... Yes, I think... So what do we have? First one is Reen and Len. So I think we might have Minecraft Reen and Len. Now, I did think we have all the Vocaloids as Minecraft. We have Sonic. Oh no, I know. I've come up with a very good way to curse this, I think. I just have to find where the Sonic modules are. And this will work crazy well. Come on. I have added a lot of modules. It'll be somewhere. I've added a lot to a game which already had a lot in from standard. Yes. I think it's quicker if I go the other way, to be honest. To get to them. Right, yeah, I don't know, like, I have to really look to find the Sonic modules, because they are absolutely buried. Yeah, there we go. This is the perfect combo for this song. Perfectly cursed. Now that's on easy. I think this one I can do on normal. So it was A, but... Yeah, I'm getting there eventually. Yeah, let's keep my modules. And I'm not on no fail mode again, which I really should be on. Eventually I will learn, but I think I can do this on normal. I think I've done it before. I think I just went on a hard one before or something. And I am not adept at doing hard. After this, it'll be time for a keyboard change. I may have said that before, but I just failed so badly I couldn't really enjoy the keyboard. Yeah, I think I'm hitting this okay now. I'm not going to say I'm going to win or anything, but... win by a lot. Ah, I messed up. This Apple keyboard's pretty good when I get used to it. I don't know how long this song is, but if it's ending soon, I'm going to do a really bad job of it. Okay. I'm almost at 50%. I almost passed that. I was that close. I'm going to blame the keyboard, you know, because it gives me an excuse to change the keyboard. So just leave it here for a moment while I grab another one, which I have conveniently stacked up. Now this is 2007-ish, so where can we move from a 2007? Just see what I've got in my stash. Unicomp. Ooh. I think this one's gonna be pretty bad to game on, but that's exactly why it's worth a try. I do have feetsies on this one though. The Apple one didn't give you that adjustment. Where's OBS? Yeah, this one has feetsies, so that's a thing. Even though it is a fairly cheap keyboard of the modern age, it does have volume keys, so I can try and use that to tie it into the Apple theme. Apple theme. I mean, like the theme I've got there. See how this one does, because I'm quite interested. Like, it'll either be brilliant or it'll be terrible, or it'll be somewhere in the middle, which I honestly reckon it will be. It doesn't feel that bad initially. Now, who can we turn into a gambler? Kaito. There's Walter White, he's not a bad option. There's what, that's male Miku. I don't think there's any modules in Miko for some reason. Miko, I don't know. We could have a gambling pair, but I think it's indoors. Yeah, let's have Freddy. Freddy's going to be a gambler now. So I'm going to put no fail mode on. I have remembered this time. I'm going to just claim the Apple keyboard gave me memory loss. Yes, it's totally the keyboard, not me. This keyboard isn't as bad as I expected. I did tighten the screws on it a little because that can sometimes help, especially as keyboards age and the screws come a little loose. Proof will be in the score whether this keyboard has delivered. And if it delivers here, because it's just like the first song I'm using it for, at least in a while. I mean, I'm not sure if I've ever used this on this game, so. Yeah, it feels decent. I have to bring out the iconic beaten up Viglin at some point. Ooh, that felt good. I have a theory though that I've got so used to just using OEM keyboards that I may actually gain better on them. I mean, the Apple is an OEM keyboard, but it's kind of completely different from the stuff on the Windows side, especially the cheaper stuff on the Windows side. Because the A1048 is not a cheap keyboard. It's definitely not the most premium mechanical board in the world, but it's not cheap either. I am at a slightly odd angle, I think, but no, I think it's fine. Like, the top seems to go off camera, if anything, but I don't think it does. I think it's just the perspective. Maybe there's a cable there. Yeah, I think that'll be messing with the perspective a little. It's on camera. Return to song list. I've gone on hard. This is not a good move on my part. I'm sure there's like control. Ah, there's different controls. I don't know, where does it change? It seems to just change from normal to hard quite commonly. Oh no, okay, I'm getting the wrong keys. I had my hand, I think, a bit to the side. Yeah, this could be fun. Fun with Walter White, definitely, but I have something special planned for Walter White. This Power Ranger. Well, not Power Ranger, knockoff Power Ranger. I'll see what there is on the other Kaito modules that I've got, because I downloaded a lot. CJ is a thing. As I say, I don't think there's any Mako ones, but I can have a look and see if there's anything modded onto this kind of style. Nope, there isn't. I think there are some Ween and Len ones. Yeah, we'll have to see. I don't know who this one is. Probably from an anime or something. Could be interesting though. So I'll give it a try. I don't know. I didn't check how it did last time. I think it was a pass. Or was it 49%? My head is forgetting. I did see a video and someone put Walter White on this video. That was good. I'm thinking I have one to do, but I have to get my beaten up Viglin keyboard because that deserves the showtime. Okay. I didn't have no fail mode on. I mean, I'm going to check firstly, is that on impossibly hard? I don't think it is, but I'm going to give it a check because... Yeah, it's not, it's on normal. I don't know, like, I just did a, just stretch my hand. I did a, song with this, keyboard, and it was good. I'm not sure it was a pass, but it definitely felt good, and it was nice to use, surprisingly for what it is. And it may look washed out on the Logitech camera, it really isn't so bad on the final recording. But you can see where my fingers fall on the board, and that's kind of what's important. But you can see, like, me attacking it. Going full attack on a, office keyboard of the modern age. It likes it when you go full attack on keyboards, that was bad, I say. I'm going far too early, I think. I'll say I'm impressed, because I don't remember the keyboard ever being all that good at anything, so... The fact that I'm able to actually game on it... USB hub isn't the best way to do this, but I've got PS2 keyboards. I can't get all 4 of them. Honestly, this keyboard was one of the less painful. Before, I have ones with nice chunky keys. Also, it feels a pain trying to get 4 notes at once on that. That was just skill issue at this point. This keyboard does not hurt like that one, or those ones. Okay, I did a terrible score, but no fail mode meant at least it played through the whole thing. So, it's better than nothing. I mean, at least you just see my failure. It did get a little better when I learned I was just pressing the keys too early. But I think at that point it was too late for me to rectify it. Hi. I was using some Fox Girl I found. I have a lot of cursed modules. If you look back, there was Sonic and Shadow performing together. But I'm looking for I'm going to get a more interesting keyboard because this thing is nothing special. I just wanted to try it. So we'll unplug that. And I'm going to pull another one from the stash. Actually, you know, you get to see the best part because I was about to change to the beaten up Viglin keyboard. The world famous one. You can just see it a bit now. It won't be that great on the Logitech webcam, but I do, as long as my phone hasn't just like gone to sleep or something, it's capturing it better on the S23 Ultra for the remaster. But this is the Viglin. So, yeah, we get to game on it. I was just checking the light is on because that's how I know it's connected. So, we're going to need some... Oh, no. What was I saying? There's one very cursed idea I have, which is... I think it's on... can go on normal. Yeah, this is it. I think that's one that comes in the game, and this one's like been re-added in some mod, but it's the best video. I do have the Apple one. I mean, it's not quite orange and pink neon, but I can just bring it over here. Hopefully it shows. That's the best I can do right now. But yeah, this is a video editing keyboard, so it's got all kinds of colours on. But yeah, I don't want to go unplugging this one and everything, so that's the best view I can provide at the moment. Yeah, as you'll see, these are the modules. I know, man, it's so perfect. But yeah, I would say this is what Project Diva was made for. Probably not, but anyway. Yes, indeed, 2 girls, I'm sure that's what it is. Yeah, and I have no mechanical sympathy with this board, so that's why I have to use it. I mean, the keyboard cries when I do this to it. Yeah, I mean, this is perfect, believe me. Yeah, this is why Viglin designed this keyboard as well, I'm sure. And I messed those notes up. Walter White is naturally Miku. Oh no, I think I might have made Walter White. Yeah, I think I made Walter White Miku. Ah, missed one. Yeah, I'm not great at this. But I will get better, I hope. Ah! See, hitting the 4 notes on these boards, it's not easy. And I mean, I should just learn, but still. And I couldn't get 50%. I have done it before. I've done better. But yeah, that was my cursed performance of it, I guess. I abuse this keyboard. And it takes it. That's perhaps the worst thing. And I totally didn't learn how to game on this from going on Flash gaming websites and school. On the school keyboards. That's totally not how I learned it. Ooh, I see 3 modules to curse. I have many cursed things to add. So, 37 minutes in, and only now am I kind of getting to the Viglin. We do have the, what's it? No Katana, my dear friend No Katana characters as well. We have Wheatley. Yeah, some of these are like incredibly cursed. I think Sonic.exe, that was some game that was out a while ago, and that's a character. Some like parody game. Yeah. Okay. This one. This is going to be super cursed, I reckon. Let's see what Len versions we have. I mean, Swimsuit Kaito as well. That's not a mod, but that is like just a meme in the community. Because it's just so ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, this is like adult Len in a dress. So that's also kind of cursed. I'm still on Kaito. See what Miku ones are. The Yando simulator characters. I think that was a fairly recent mod. I just downloaded loads of the modules. I think there's 1 or 2 cursed Mikus at the end. Yep, we have the Sonic characters, which I did just use not too long ago. That one doesn't work. Like, I can try it, but it just doesn't quite work properly. I think they're from an anime, but they're not as anime. I don't know. I know Japanese like split the words up. I'm not seeing anything cursed that I like. I think there's 1 or 2 on Luca. I mean, I could bring out Swimsuit Kaito, but I have a perfect song for him, believe me. I mean, this is less cursed, but I'll just use this character because I need a 3rd character to sit in here. So, let us see. I do game on this Viglin. And the Viglin is not proud of the abuse it gets. I've not been so aggressive with my other keyboards, but this one, I just completely go at it. Ah! I failed. Anyway, I do need to turn no fail mode off. So we turn to song list. Yeah, there it is. This is like really bad, and it's this before you even touch the mods, but I have to show it. It's under H. So we'll go. Yeah, this is like so unnecessarily cursed. Now, this is just normal Office, okay? It's going to get a bit less normal. As I say, this character is kind of a joke in the community. Seems like it's lagging on OBS. Looks fine on here. Like, it's just, it gets worse as you go on as well, because it like runs out of the office. The worst part is, this is one of the better songs I've done today. For like actual score. I've done worse. That's the worst part of this all. And that is like something different. I think one with, I'm gonna have to make it one last one with this Viglin keyboard. It's somewhere. I think it's an A, a letter A to begin with, so it'll be up here. Unless it's like not on I'll try looking on easy in case it's only here, but... Yeah, so wait. I know it's here. I just missed it. I mean, I think this is as good as I'm going to get for Cursed, so... Let's see this as I had it before. Okay. Yeah. Walter White and Freddy Fazbear. This also has Sakura Miku. I don't know, it might be behind. Because I'm on a different song to that now, so... Don't know if it got behind or something. On the end. Show's fine on my end. I will be changing the... I'll be changing the keyboard anyway. So... Find something else. Might go with the buckling springs, I don't know. Oh no. You have to tempt me, don't you? With this Dell. From the Windows 95, 98 era. Okay, now, this might not fit on the camera, just be aware of that. It's a big boy. It's heavy as well. Can I move the desk mat a little? Yeah. Just one moment. I have to do this to actually get it in. Oh dear. And I'm pulling the mic and stuff. This is a massive thing. Like, I have to move the camera to get it into the frame. I'd also need to try and like line this desk mat up a little so it's not as badly lined up. We don't care about sweaty. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Swimsuit Kaito was the most cursed thing, and that wasn't even a mod. Would you believe it? Swimsuit Kaito is actually in the game from standard. But yes, I'm getting to use... Well, it's not quite my favourite keyboard. I'd say the AT102W is, and this is a 101. And it's also black, but it's the same basic design. I think it's got these Alps black mechanical switches. I would rather use this than the Razer keyboard any day. But it's just no competition. That sound. Such a satisfying sound if I've ever heard one. I can't go fully as brutal as I can with a Viglin on this though, because I think I can get a good song here. If I've still, I might have to reconfigure it. Ah yeah, no, it's done it already. This is the lost final episode, I think. Because the ones with loads of modules can be fun to mess with. Also, this is the same voice actor as Hatsune Miku, would you believe it? That's why she had to be the Miku module replacement. Crystal is so lovely. That's why I have multiple things. Like it. I'm not sure what happened with my hand there, it just wasn't keeping up. Ah! I feel like I'm hitting the notes better on this keyboard because I just know exactly where the keys are, almost instinctually. I mean, I've been using the AT102, which is almost the exact same keyboard for a great number of years, so it kind of makes sense. I feel like almost this keyboard is less fun just because it's so good. I do want to get the buckling springs, not IBM, but the buckling springs Unicomp out, which is basically an IBM keyboard from the 80s, but like a remake of it. I'm doing bad with the score on this. Like, believe it or not, this was a normal keyboard. Okay, I mean, probably already left, but I'd say goodbye. Until next time. I will hopefully have a recording of this. So I will be able to play it then. Yeah, but this keyboard is just too good. I mean, if it was bad, it would be more fun. The IBM one is good, and it makes... I'd say it makes more noise than this, to be honest. Not IBM, I mean the Unicomp. There is a difference. Is that like the disappearance of Hatsune Miku, but like rebranded? I think it is. Let's give it a try. I think it is the disappearance of Hatsune Miku, but under a different name. Should have a Miku Minecraft. Let's do a Minecraft. Ah, I messed it up. I think I may have got a different song in my head. I imagine this on like extreme mode is an absolute nightmare to keep up with. I'm struggling, and this is only on normal mode, which is supposed to be quite easy. Ow. I always miss the 4 thingy ones. I'm even holding down one of the arrow keys. I did badly. Is this the end of the song? Or is it gonna like suddenly have more? I think that's the end. And so, return to song list. Ooh. What could I go with this? I don't think the pair would work here. I think I've had, Wheatley. You know what? I'm just going to use this module. I've not used it yet. One last cry for the Dell Mechanical. Got that wrong. He appears to be eating the microphone. And I failed. I do need to turn no fail mode on a bit more. But yeah, I do want to get a different keyboard, so let us see what we have. Although I feel like I already know which I'm going for. Of a lot of keyboards. Maybe I can move the camera a little, because this Dell is massive, so it takes more camera to get it in the frame. Though it's a good one, actually. It's not the Unicom. Thankfully, it was on top of the Razer keyboard, which I don't want to use because I don't like my Razer keyboard. This is good. Like, believe me. Chinese mechanical keyboard of the modern age. This is far nicer to use than it has any right to be. Because it's like an ultra cheap mechanical board, but man, it feels and sounds far better than it should. So I think maybe we need to tilt the camera back because, yeah. So this is kind of, it's LED and it's got red, green and blue on, but because it's a cheaper board, it's not like really RGB. Really clearly RGB. Just try and flatten the mat out a little. Oh, what's happened? I think there's a shortcut with a snipping tool, and I kind of used that. Oh yeah, the enter key has an American style as well. It's a bit dusty, but I think it's so nice. Like, I'm not kidding when I say this is the closest thing I've got feel-wise, and not quite sound-wise, but feel-wise, this is the closest thing I've got to that Dell keyboard. It is better than you could believe. I say that, well, I like my older, clickier keyboards, but I've used different mechanicals, and this is one that really comes out on top. Even though it is clearly a cheaper board. Yeah, so this is like triple, what's it called? Ultimate Barker. It's the combined. Ah! I love this board. I forgot just how good it is, though. In some ways, this is even nicer than the Dell. Like, I'm not kidding, it's the only keyboard I've had that can kind of compete with that in my mental rankings. I've also got a 2001 Dell board, which is very nice in terms of not mechanicals, in terms of membrane boards. I just ended up with a fair few Dell boards, and they are genuinely pretty good for OEM boards. I believe they make better peripherals than HP. People will hate me for saying that. The computers, well, that's another matter, but their peripherals are pretty good. They had a model in the mid-2000s, well, kind of looks like it's supposed to imitate the Apple keyboard I have. Yeah, this mod is pretty well made, just like, because it's 3 characters together, they've actually done a very good job of, like, mixing them. 50. I just barely passed. I was just thinking at the end, I maybe could make this. It wasn't the best play, but to be honest, I've just moved to this keyboard again. A win for this board if I can actually get a passable score after just changing to the board. I just want to use this more because it's such a nice board. Oh, I have an idea. I think it's that SCP. I didn't get to use that properly before, so if I can find it again, fun should ensue. But they all get mixed in with the others, so. I don't think it's in these. Maybe it's in Miku. I don't know, honestly. I think it's in Kaito, actually. If I recall correctly. It's got to be somewhere. Walter White. I could bring out Walter White again, but I feel like this is so... It's like so bad, it's perfect. As an idea. Put no fail on, so I don't fail because I really think I may. So many good keyboards. I feel like I have to get something bad to torture myself next. Yeah, I am messing up horrifically. Some songs I can kind of do. But I have been on this one before, so... It's a wonder I'm just so bad as I am. Yeah, like, I'm messing this up. The ghost rule I got 50% somehow. Everything here that doesn't go wrong is because of a keyboard. I really do love this thing. I've been putting it off for long enough. I'm going to use a Waze keyboard. There we go. Did I get that? I feel like I've got better, but getting better halfway through the song just isn't enough. Yeah, my score ain't good. Okay, I'm going to have to get another keyboard that will torture myself, because this one is just too nice. I get it that I failed. That was me, not the keyboard. Put that one down. And thus I will bring in, it's kind of large, it's smaller than the dowel. Just got to unwound this cable. I mean, you wouldn't believe me when I say I don't like using this board, but I don't like using this board. It's a razor, meaning it's got basically cheap knockoffs of cherry switches. And I don't want cheap knockoffs, I want the real thing. But even then, I'm not a fan of cherry switches. I like Alp switches or buckling springs or something of that nature. Even for gaming, I mean, I prefer that stuff. I mean, this seems to be working, yeah. Okay, the RGBs aren't coming on for one reason or another. But it is functioning, which is the important thing. Oh, I think this one's interesting for changing the modules. Okay, so there's kind of two, but they've split it into three. I could go with something less cursed. But cursed is for... Oh. You gave me too much opportunity, okay? If ever I'm going to use the triple pairs, and actually hopefully press the right keys to get the characters up. So we've got the Miku pair, we'll get the Akita Neru pair, and we'll get the... I don't know if this works all that well with pairs, but we've got 3 modules and we've got 3 pairs, so... Let's give the pairs a go. I say I don't like the Razer keyboard, and then I'm like doing better than I have before with it. It's less terrible than I remember it being, but it can't match the Chinese mechanical or the Dell. Maybe it's because it's actually got gaming switches, and I do not like gaming switches. Because I use membranes and stuff, I just like them to click. This doesn't click enough, it's got too much of a bubble wrap sound, which people apparently like, but I don't get it. I want that large funking noise when you hit a key. Let everyone in the office over know that you're using the keyboard. Pairs. Parachuting pairs. This also seems to be the one Razer keyboard in the world that refuses to fail. Because I've experienced... I've had someone's keyboard fail, and it was a Razer, and they bought it new. My cheap used Razer, which I got just because it was cheap, were mechanical. Somehow lives, despite everything. The RGB apparently doesn't want to work now. I'm guessing it's not getting enough power through the USB hub to actually provide for the lights. The Chinese one worked with the RGB though. Point is, the switches work. It's still functional to game on. Which right now is what's important. The pairs are like blocking half the screen. And I'm fluffing up every input. I started off okay. I mean, again, perhaps another reason I don't like this is it's just the expected gaming keyboard kind of thing. Like, I could use so many more interesting boards. Granted, even with me doing a terrible job of hitting the notes, somehow the Razer keyboard has made me better at gaming. Personally, I'd rather be worse at gaming, but actually have fun. And I feel this keyboard doesn't provide that. Even if it is actually really good at like getting the shots and whatever you do. And what else can we have that can dance? Sonic.exe. I keep clicking down on there. I've not had that problem with any other keyboards. Like the keys are too soft. Yeah, this one seems relevant to such a happy song. Now imagine if I beat my record with this. I feel like I'm also approaching this keyboard wrong. You can't go full aggression on it and have it work. But I like fully attacking my keyboards. I mean, what works, works. And for me, going full attack on the keyboard works. It seems to take a softer touch better than a aggressive rack of the keys. I say that. I say that. I'll give it another go, because that song barely started, but I didn't have anti-fail mode on, so I couldn't actually, or no fail mode, so I couldn't actually get much out of it. So we have... That was me being slow to recognise the song had started. Look, it's an excuse, but I'm gonna use the fact there's a lamp in my face for the keyboard. In reality, there is no excuse. I can see the screen well enough. Trying to move my keyboard, not keyboard, chair, so I can actually somewhat see the notes. It's like 99% my fault, but there's still that 1% of performance loss at just my viewing angle being bad. I get it that this is pitifully bad. I can't see my score, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's under 30%. Somehow I've got like 40% still. I'm amazed it's that high, I'll be honest. I'm amazed I got 40% out of that whole thing. I should have done a lot worse. Granted, the Razer keyboard I think has proven it. It doesn't hinder my capabilities, I just don't like it. And I've got my eye on another keyboard. Well, not technically because I'm not looking at it, but I've got my mind set on another keyboard, I guess you could say. Now, I like my Dell OEM boards, if you know where I'm going with this. Mainly because I picked them up cheap, but also they seem pretty decent to type on, especially if you get the older Dell keyboards. And this is going around my headphones. I do not want that. There we go. Oh. You know what? Temptation has taken me again. Oh dear. And the cable has also taken the keyboard from me. Come on, up you come. Gotta get the feetsies out. I mean, they're not the best feetsies. It's a Unicomp, so it's not as solid as an actual Model M. But I love it. You can probably see it just about. It's this greyish colour. It's also USB. Again, this is up there with my favourites. You might say my mechanical keyboard favourites, or just my keyboard favourites in general, are ones that were not made for gaming. And I will happily game on them. So just try and line this up. That looks okay. So if I can just shift over. I think that's about as good an angle as I'm going to get. So I've just been on that song. I think I want to try and find one with 2 modules because it could be fun. I don't know. Give this one a try. It's got 1 module, but there are cursed single modules that we have. The Unicomp is a dream. Coming back to this after a Razer, it feels so good. I know just who to use here. Yes, we are using Walter White. I don't think I put no fail on. This Unicomp had better save me and my poor performance at this game. I've not had much of a beige keyboard, so maybe I'll have to... It's kind of more white than it is beige, but I do have a Microsoft membrane keyboard, which should somewhat balance stuff out. This is one of those things you're not supposed to game on a buckling spring keyboard. I'm sorry. The feeling is just more satisfying than anything this side of an Alps keyboard. It feels weird to game on something with like actual springs here, but it feels good at the same time. The sound is also very unique. I feel like it's something I'm going to have to get used to with these buckling springs. Because most keyboards, they handle somewhat similarly, but the Unicomp and the IBMs presumably, that share these buckling spring mechanisms, they're just different to use. The feeling of, as I say, like these springs underneath your finger, they're just so different from anything else I've experienced. And I love my Alps switched Dell keyboards. I bought them when they were cheap before they started going up in price. Now they're like £55 plus and they're approaching Model M money. Are people finally like latched on to how good they are? Because I bought my AT102W, that was like £35. As I say, they're now going up. I doubt you're going to get much RAM chips out of them in the RAM apocalypse either, so... They probably have less RAM than any newer keyboard. They're from the 90s after all. I wouldn't be surprised if a modern Razer keyboard has more RAM than an entire system had back then. Things just change over time. I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, I'm getting somewhere. I couldn't do this at first. I'm still trying to get used to the board. So I won't blame the board for this. I'm kind of getting used to it though. I think I was doing so bad to begin with though, because as I say, it's a completely different experience. I'm still doing bad, but I'm not doing as bad. I feel like there's kind of a delay. But it's not because the keyboard is bad. There's just a bit of delay as you press down the key until it actually like hits the contact point. So you have to just make your actions a little ahead of time. And it will respond well. It's not as instant as some boards. An actual Model M. I would love an actual Model M, but I've got a Unicom. Again, I think that's me getting used to it. It's done 48%. And as I say, I was awful at the start of that song. So I was absolutely awful at it at the start of that song. And so we have learned a little. I think it's N for this next song. I have to find where it is. There we go. Now this does use a module. It's a little different in kind of art style, for lack of a better word, but... Yeah, I mean, if we only had like a cat character or something. I've had an idea. I think it's under like either Miku or Len. I think it's under Len or Ween, is it? Yeah. So this is definitely not a deer. I'll make that clear. Yeah, this is just so satisfying though, using the arrow keys to like shift through stuff. It's almost like an actual car shifter on a manual. It's such a satisfying feel that you don't normally get from a keyboard. Sorry, I had my hand in the wrong place. That was on me totally. Something's sus about this cat. I don't really buy it that it's really a cat. Ah, it's going quicker. Like, this messes with you. The music goes slower and then the notes go quicker. That's some crazy reverse psychology there. Feels like I'm playing Project Diva on a car shifter with this key feel. And I don't hate it at all. I'd be amazed, as I say, as with other songs, I'd be amazed if I get over 40% on this. Maybe the keyboard just makes me feel like I'm doing so badly, but I'm not doing as badly as I'd, like, anticipate. So again, it, like, plays with my psychology. Like, I can't be doing well on this keyboard. But because of that, like, it makes me work harder to make up for what a keyboard, like, when I assume it's, like, damaging my performance. And there I tried to communicate with my hands and messed up. Yeah, I did bad. I did real bad. That's why I have to have no fail mode on. Because I try, but still. There is one last keyboard I want to try, and that is Adele. Go figure. I think I mentioned it before I saw the Unicomp, and I was like, I have to try out my Unicomp. But, yeah, again, it's always catching me headphones. Mild inconvenience. So we wrap the cable on the Unicomp. Stop it getting in the way. I did save Adele. I think I can probably briefly show Adele. So this is one option. This is 2001 Dell. It's really nice to type on. Even with a cable half in the way. But I think we need some more variety in the colour of keyboards I'm using. It's kind of buried, so just give me a chance. Dear me. Unicomp can go up there for now. So I could probably use both of them, but these are both pretty good keyboards. This one and the Dell. And I mean, I am using the PS2 connector on like a little extender. Try and show that because a number of these keyboards, particularly the older ones, are not USB. The Unicomp was because it's from 2020, so they changed it to a USB connection by then. This is PS2. So I don't know when exactly it's from, but I'm guessing it's from about 2006 or earlier, most likely. I think, if I remember correctly, they made this keyboard from something like 2000 to 2009. Or that might have just been the mouse, 2003. Mouse was about, I think, 2003 to 9. I think this was a similar time period, if I'm not wrong. So it's safe to say this is probably like 2003 to 5-ish for era. Maybe a little earlier. It's nice to type on. That's what matters. And it should be decent to game on. It's got the same kind of feel. This is a membrane. And I believe the Model M, and its derivatives from Unicomp and such, did have membrane, but they had like a mechanical switch on top of that. Kind of hard to explain, but that's just how it ended up working. I think there was one I'm trying to think of. Was it W? There was definitely one that I'm thinking of, but I can't remember the name of it. It's strange how much this feels like the Unicomp Model M. This is a Microsoft membrane keyboard. I get it. Good membrane keyboards are still, like, in my book, nice keyboards. I think this one should be fun. I've come on by accident. You know what? I think we'll use our favourite duo. So we've got Walter White. There's like Walter White and Jesse, but I believe I have someone better than Jesse. So it's just perfect when like matched up with Walter. Come on. I'm looking at me. I should be looking in Kaito. That is my dumb mistake. There we go. So we have got our Oh, this response is incredible. Again, it's a membrane, but still. You see, you get caught up in the more modern keyboards, and it's easy to forget just how good the old membranes can be. It's one of those things, like, I feel if more people actually tried good membrane keyboards, they would reconsider getting a mechanical. But nowadays, it's so much harder to find a properly good membrane keyboard like this. Like, Microsoft peripherals back in the 2000s were pretty incredible, and I think they either stopped making them, or at least on a lower end. To the point they weren't really accessible anymore. I think SteelSeries might be Microsoft. But this is like just a Microsoft keyboard. I'd say the overall design just screams Windows XP though, personally. I think this even has XP logos. Something about the shape of it and stuff just screams XP. And you could get them in black as well, it wasn't just in this colour. But it is lovely. It really reminds me of what everyone loved about Windows XP. And even into the 7 era, a lot of the stuff remained. But ultimately, Apple was the fashionable one, and everyone just started copying what they did. Even though some things, Microsoft just, and the just PC market in general, just got so white. It's like, I don't like the Apple modern keyboards because they're basically laptop keyboards in a fancy shell. This, you can feel it's a desktop keyboard. You can feel this is supposed to be part of a large setup. It feels authoritarian, as I say. It's no mechanical. The switch type is definitely different, but I do love it. It is also PS2, like there may be response advantages from going through PS2, and using the converter isn't ideal, but I want to use a number of different keyboards on this setup, so I want to use a number of different keyboards on this setup, so it's the only real way I can do it, as sometimes PS2 doesn't work if you like don't restart your PC. It works on this because it's a USB converter, as I say. StarTech, this one, which is, in my opinion, one of the better ones, at least affordable PS2 USB converters, because it just works. I've had a Chinese one a while ago, and it just didn't work all that well, and it seems like they're still selling that same Chinese one today. The StarTech one, it seems to be of their own design, so some people who actually know what they're doing have designed this converter. So I think I'll finish off with the Dell from about 2001. Because as I say, I do like a nice I like a nice membrane board. Many people don't. But if a membrane board is well engineered, I do like it. I do have a mechanical from 2006, but I think I've done enough mechanicals. I also have another Dell somewhere, but I think this is the better of the two. I have one from about 2003. It's kind of like, it's a fancier version of the Microsoft, for lack of a better term. It's got volume control and stuff. In terms of overall membrane switches though, I like this one. The cable has got a little tangled. Somehow it's got in the chair wheel. It is free. Not sure how it got into there. It's like inside the wheel. There we go. Thing fires into life after 24 years. May have even outlasted the PC, given it was a capacitor plague era. Wouldn't surprise me if the PC this came with went due to capacitor plague, and that's what I mean. Say what you want about Dell computers, their keyboards are generally pretty good. But yeah, capacitor plague was a thing of yesteryear. It didn't tend to affect things like keyboards and mice and all that. It was just the motherboards. Oh, I forgot how good this is. I knew it was good, but it's been a long time since I used it. And believe me, that Microsoft one was good. But I just so wanted to use this. I wanted to give this another try. It's not in immaculate condition. The keys do have some wear, but it's generally in very good condition for the age. I can hit these notes. Just look at how good I'm doing. All it took was a great number of keyboards and settling on a Dell from 2001. Like an OEM one, not even a fancy one. But it's one of those things, membranes I think also had to earn a keep to a point because they had to prove that they were a valid alternative to the mechanicals like the AT101W I had earlier. Like the membranes had to prove themselves, they had to prove they could still be just as good as the mechanicals. And then the time when everyone had a membrane, the membranes were no longer in that period of we have to make good membranes to convince people membranes are a valid technology. Because, like, at that point, membranes became the accepted standard and everyone would buy a membrane whether it was good or not. That's why my mechanical from 2006 is an enigma, because there were not a lot of mechanicals then. Everyone was buying membranes. And I think that's the decline of membranes was caused by that, to be honest. Why they got worse, and then why people eventually went back to mechanicals. From a historic standpoint, it's extremely interesting. Because I've used a number of them. Okay, they weren't all good, but you look at these from the dawn of the 2000s, or the very end of the 90s, they were pretty good boards. And I feel like, honestly, the earlier membranes, like my Dell AT102, but the membrane version, I believe that would also be a very good board to type on. But I did see one of them come up for sale, and it had a number of broken keys. So, like, the reliability of the ALP switches I don't think can be denied. Because typically, the ALPs mechanical Dell AT102s just don't fail. They can have issues, they can have one or two broken keys, but then I think being mechanical you can probably change those keys if you know what you're doing. I think after this I'll do one last song on the Dell membrane I have here. I messed that up. The response is incredible though. Like, that wasn't ideal, but I was more than happy with that. As I say, I'm not great at this game. 42, by my standards, is pretty good. Because I keep either missing the notes or just getting them slightly off. So I think we'll go... yeah, just go with the module I've got here. Because I've got one that's kind of cursed. Dude. Did I get all of them? That's something new. Who knew the best gaming keyboard I had was a Dell desktop OEM, like probably included with a PC board from 2001. But this does truly embody everything I love about the earlier membrane keyboards. Like, it still has click to it as well. And again, I can't stand that popcorn sound. I like the clatter. And this travel as well. No, I missed that. But it's like the more times you use one of these. As I say, if membrane keyboards stayed this good, there's a good chance the whole mechanical revival wouldn't have happened. Well, it was probably inevitable at some point there would be a revival of mechanical keyboards. But boards like this are so nice, and they are membranes. But that's why I would not hold it against membranes, because they are just good if you get the right one. I will be calling it a day here anyway, though. Just under 2 hours, but all this changing keyboards and working my hands has got me tired, so... For now, that'll be it. What's this one? I don't know, there's some Japanese ones here. Shows random. Yeah, I think they're random, but like the random thing is like multiplied. I guess it's a difficulty change, I don't know. Anyway, as I say, I'll be leaving it here for today to end the stream, so I will finish off and I'll say goodbye until another day.